Okay, so we're back. Episode 2.
Episode 2. Are you excited? I think episode 1 was...
I am excited. I actually enjoyed recording episode 1. It was very personal. It was nice to share a little bit about ourselves. And I think it was well received. So enough for me to say, okay, let's come back for episode 2.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we got a lot of good feedback. So for all of you out there who gave us some feedback, thank you very much. We appreciate the feedback. That's how we are going to make this podcast the number one travel podcast in the world.
Of course.
Someday.
We only aim high.
Aim high. What is that saying? If you aim for the stars, you might just hit the moon, or whatever that saying is.
Yeah, we're shooting for the stars.
Shooting for the stars. So anyways, speaking of shooting for the stars, we are actually now on all the major podcast platforms. Mm-hmm. So outside of YouTube, where some of you may be watching us on YouTube today, we are actually now also primarily you can find us on Spotify, and we picked Spotify for our hosting only because they both do video and audio. The nice thing about Spotify is you can take us on the go.
Exactly.
We're also on Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and the iHeartRadio app. And we did that all last week.
We are busy. When we're not working, we are here to help put content out. And yeah, that fills up, I'd say, all of our free time.
Yeah, I think, that definitely, it's a big chunk of our free time. It's definitely...
But it's a passion. It's something we love. So I think in that case, it doesn't feel like work. It's joy.
What's that other saying? Do something that you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
We're working.
We're working on it. But again, thank you all for tuning in. And that's how you'll help us do this full time, hopefully one day, by tuning in and sharing, liking, and commenting. So we really appreciate that. All right. So Colleen, I think you're going to kick it off today.
I am. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Icon of the Seas.
Icon of the Seas.
So Royal Caribbean's newest, largest cruise ship, set to sail on January 2024. So we are very excited. We are actually on the inaugural sailing.
We are.
Very excited about that. And there's a big milestone happening this weekend. So they're actually doing the first water testing out in Finland at the shipyard to make sure that this boat...
Water testing? Is that...
Float testing? What is it referred to as?
I think it's a float out.
Float out? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a float out.
Okay. Basically making sure that the ship is sturdy and can float. And so that's going on in Finland this weekend. So I think that's a huge milestone. And I think the chances of actually making the January 2024 date are looking better and better.
Yeah, I think that when you saw the ship earlier, if you've seen some videos of it, even recently, you're like, no way
right.
Is this thing gonna be ready to float out.
It looks like a shell, but the shell is slowly filling in, and it's looking more and more like a luxurious cruise ship. So I am very, very excited.
Yeah, and I think there was a video, Royal Caribbean blog went over there recently and shot some video of the unfinished product, and they just kind of took them around, but you could start to get a feel, especially for the Aquadome. That looked amazing. Did you see that video?
I think I did, yeah. I have watched a couple of his recent videos talking about the different venues and the spaces, and the Aquadome is just kind of like this reimagined space that Royal Caribbean's really evolved and made it pretty spectacular.
Yeah, sorry, I'm laughing a little bit. Our Boston Terrier Tessie is making the rounds today, so you heard us talk about her last time. We tried to get her to sit in this little donut between us here, but she doesn't want to sit down, but she does want to lick my foot, and it is a little bit. It's just a little ticklish, just a little ticklish. So, speaking of venues aboard Icon, a lot of new dining experiences. So got it right here. This is directly from Royal Caribbean's kind of press website. So they're going to do some new elevated dining. You like elevated dining?
I do. And I'm sure if you've been following us for a while, we definitely enjoy specialty dining and kind of giving our thoughts and reviews on it. And I think that's a little bit of our niche of our channel, is that we're willing to kind of spend a little more to give you our honest, true feedback. So I think, are we going to do a little specialty dining on Icon and test out some of these new restaurants?
There might be a little specialty dining. Now, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, about our room type that we're getting. And if you saw that, we did do a video last year. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year.
It was.
It was last year about that. So you can go check that out on YouTube. But as far as these dining experiences go, so there's going to be some elevated dining going on. So first of all, there's going to be the Empire Supper Club.
And what is, I'm guessing, New York, Empire
You
State?
you would be correct in that. So it's going to be near the lush, I'm going to read it like us. Near the lush Central Park neighborhood, the new experience is an extravagant night out with a taste of old New York.
Interesting. So old New York, are we talking like pizza? Or are we talking more like steakhouse? Did they talk about cuisine?
No, they didn't. But it says from caviar to wagyu. So I think this is going to be a little bit of everything. And maybe they mean like really old New York, like old New York was once New Amsterdam. Maybe they're going no, they're not going that far back. They're actually, I think it said it somewhere here. I think it's like kind of turn of the century, kind of that Art Deco theme that I've seen.
That's going to be nice.
Yeah.
I like a good old New York steakhouse. We did a few.
Yeah, we did. What was the name of that one?
Keen's
That place was
Steakhouse.
awesome.
It was really good.
It's so good.
I remember I almost took a digger going up the ramp leaving the restaurant.
That's okay.
It was a steep pitch and it had a little bump at the beginning, but man, the food was so good.
Yeah, Keen's was great. All right, so back to Icon here. They're going to have the celebration table. Special occasions and milestones get the VIP treatment with the new 12-seat private experience. That would be really cool if we got a bunch of creators, a bunch of YouTubers around the table. So if you're out there, if you're a creator, listening to this podcast or watching this podcast, hit us up. Details are on our YouTube page on how to get a hold of us, or leave a comment down below.
Yeah, and of course have to be on the inaugural sailing.
Yeah.
That's the stipulation.
Yeah, so you have to be on the inaugural sailing. All right. So those are the new ones, and then obviously they get the returning favorites, Chops Grill,
Nice.
which we'll never eat at again.
I'm always open. I feel like one of the things about some of the specialty dining that's on all of the Oasis class ships, there's slight variations. You wouldn't think, but there are. I think we've had different experiences depending upon the ship we're on.
Yeah, we're only batting 1 out of 3, though at Chops. But anyways,
what about 150 Central? Is that coming back?
No, that's not coming back.
Really?
Yeah. So there's going to be something new called the Trellis Bar. So the Trellis Bar is actually going to have now a menu of bites. So the Trellis Bar is not new,
right?
But the bites menu, I guess, is what's going to be the new feature there. Hooked Seafood, which is going to be in the Aqua Dome. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Bar. And then new to the Royal Promenade, it's going to be a 2-level coastal kitchen, which is the suite only dining there. And then there's going to be a chef's table. Very
nice. So wait, I did not hear a Zoomy.
Oh wait, yeah, but there is. Hold on,
okay.
There's more. So that was the elevated dining experiences, and there's also going to be for quick bites. There's going to be the Aqua Dome Market, which is going to have Aqua Dome Market's going to have a bunch of different little things. So they're doing this whole like food hall.
Yep, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's going to have creme de la crepe.
Ooh.
Right? It's going to have a macaroni and cheese place called Max, feta Mediterranean, Korean beef. It's like beef and broccoli. So like a Korean place called GNGR, and then kind of sandwiches and stuff at a place called Toast and Garden. What do you think? One of those sound good?
Oh, I'm a mac and cheese girl, hands down.
Of course you are.
If I need like a good comfort meal, like that hits the spot. So that sounds exciting. And obviously they've like got a wide range of food options. So I think it will appeal to everyone's palate in one way or another. So that's great.
Yeah.
And it sounds also like pretty family friendly, kid friendly. Like what kid doesn't like mac and cheese?
Yeah, I like mac and cheese. Everyone likes mac and cheese.
Exactly.
All right. So then Izumi,
Thank goodness.
but now it's going to be in the park. So it's called Izumi in the park. It's going to be all day. It's going to be right next to the restaurant, but there's going to be a takeout window.
Ooh, I like that idea. So you can get sushi to go, like take it to the pool area,
Take it to the pool area.
go back to your room if you want. If you need a little like quiet downtime, eat on your balcony, hang out, watch some TV, some late night sushi. That is like all right up my alley.
All right. So sushi. Then there's going to be a place called the Pearl Cafe. So of course the Pearl is the new feature in Icon, and it's actually right in the middle of the promenade there. I think it's the promenade. So
Yeah.
called the promenade, but it has giant glass windows now on the side of the ship, which will be really cool. And then there is Base Camp, which is going to be right next to Thrill Island. Deserted, which is a milkshake bar.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good. It looks like Royal Caribbean's really trying to elevate and take things to a different direction. Because you think about it, every cruise ship has, ice cream, soft serve, maybe some gelato, but a specialty milkshake restaurant. Now we're talking.
And then the Grove, which is going to be a new alfresco casual Mediterranean dining. That's going to be in the suite area only. And then returning favorites, Park Cafe. Everyone loves Park Cafe.
Yep.
The ever forgettable El Loco Fresh. Skip it.
It's just, I think we're used to like really good Mexican, like authentic Mexican food here, in Florida. I think we definitely have some great little mom and pop restaurants. And so, you get on the cruise ship. It was slightly disappointing. I'd say it's more like Tex-Mex.
No,
like
it's not even Texas. That's an insult to people in Texas.
Sorry,
Are rolling
Texas.
over right now.
Goodness.
No,
It's just not,
it's not our jam.
not authentic.
Not our jam. Sorrento's, of course, is coming back as well too, and of course the Windjammer.
Windjammer.
The Windjammer is coming back.
What would a cruise ship be without a buffet?
Yeah. So, and then there is going to be some family and kid approved eats. So there's going to be the Surfside Eatery. There's also going to be Pier 7, which is all day brunch venue.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Because if everyone has like watched some of the videos that we have put out, everyone knows Nate's up at like 5 a.m, and I'm the one that's still sleeping. And I'm just a late riser. So brunch is perfect.
Yep. So, and then Surfside Bites, which again is going to be in that new Surfside kind of neighborhood there. Izumi, we already talked about that. Playmakers, of course, everybody loves Playmakers. And then Sprinkles, which is going to be, again, their ice cream, I think, and candy. So a lot of good venues. Is there one of the newer ones that's a little more interesting to you than the other ones?
I think I am curious about Empire. I think if that's going to be like an elevated, like a even more elevated Chops, I think that will be very interesting to try out.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm kind of leaning towards that one as well, and I'm just kind of like re-looking down the list here. I am kind of interested in just checking out that Aquadome Marketplace kind of concept there and some of the grab and goes, but definitely looking forward to grabbing. I want to try Pier 7. I kind of like the all day brunch.
Yeah, that's definitely a good park. My goodness, there's so many venues.
So many.
How are we going to get to this all in 1 week?
I don't know. We're probably not going to get to it all.
We'll have to have like 3 breakfasts and like 3 lunches, multiple dinners.
Well, I would say we could do a back-to-back, but we'd probably be broke.
we would probably be broke and we may need some more time off, to make that happen. But I think we're going to make the most out of our week. That's for sure.
Yeah, because it is going to be an expensive week.
And I think that is a great transition to our next topic. So let's talk cost. Let's talk Icon of the Seas inaugural sailing costs.
All right. You want me to run through the cost here?
Sure. You talk to me about it.
Okay. So did some research this morning. The suites, so for as far as accessible cabins go, which is kind of like what you need, right?
Yep.
Sold out. Everything's sold out, except for there is some suite options, which we'll talk about in a second.
Right.
How's that make you feel?
Goodness. Well, I'm happy that the cruise ship is probably going to be so completely sold out altogether. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm hoping Royal Caribbean. I didn't actually do a look or a count, but I'm hoping that they're starting to maybe expand and add a few more, accessible options and more cabins, because that is one thing that we face is if we don't book early, chances of us, being able to pick the cruise and the time that we want is pretty difficult.
Yeah, we have to book very, very early. So as far as other rooms go, for just non-accessible, we'll call them regular rooms, ocean and interior rooms, all sold out. Also, the Central Park balcony is the only balcony left.
Wow.
And that balcony will set you. Do you want to guess how much a central? So these are the new infinite balconies. So they're the ones that have like the kind of drop down, window,
yep.
just like on Celebrity there. How much do you think that's going to cost?
I'm going to say maybe $5,000 total for like a party of two.
You would be wrong.
How much?
$4,673 per person.
Ah.
So that's
almost $10,000.
Yeah, that's almost $9,300. Wow. It's a lot of dollars.
And that doesn't include like gratuities or any of that extra. That's just base. That's just to get on the ship.
That is a welcome to our ship. Please give us your $9,300. All right.
Goodness.
So now the suites. So we're going to start off with the junior suite. Did you want to take a guess?
Well, based on what you just told me, I'm going to go with maybe $6,000 a person.
You would again be incorrect.
Boo.
$9,788 per person.
Junior suite.
Junior suite.
And if I recall, junior suites, you don't necessarily get many of the perks of being in a suite.
You get nothing. Basically. I mean, okay, you do. You do get a few things. You get access to basically Coastal Kitchen for dinner only, and only if it's available.
Oh, goodness. Well, the only saving grace is it's now 2 floors Coastal Kitchen. So maybe they have the capacity to take on the junior suite members. Maybe,
but that's the key. So if you're getting a junior suite, I think you do get early onboarding and early offboarding.
Disembarkation.
Sometimes the words just escape. They kind of.
I hear ya. We're getting
away.
older.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so next level up. So this is where you do get the full perks, including access to Coastal Kitchen for dinner, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you also get access to the suite only sun deck area and the other dining options in there as well too. So the Surfside Family Suite, this is accessible. A little bit more at $9,964 per person.
A solid $20,000, and that's assuming it's only just 2 people, not even including if you're, I'm guessing that they're not doing kids sail free.
I don't know
on the inaugural sailing.
I don't know, but if they aren't, like, that's going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
A family of 4, that's $40,000.
You could go on quite a few
Quite a few.
amazing trips for that amount of money.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. All right. So next is the Sky Junior Suite Accessible.
Okay.
And this is the one that we are staying in. Now, I'm going to tell everyone right now, we did not pay the price that I'm about to quote you. And one of the things to know about cruise ships is the price only goes in one direction. It is a real marketplace. The more demand, price goes up. The less demand, the price is going down. And Icon has been, from what I understand, Royal Caribbean's best selling cruise ship of all time. Of all time.
That's crazy.
So our suite now, if we were to book it today, do you want to guess how much?
Guess. Oh, geez. Well, based on what you've been saying, I'm gonna go with 11,000 per person.
You would be almost correct. $11,684.
I'll call that a win.
That's $23,000.
That's insane.
That's a lot of money. We didn't pay anywhere near that.
No.
In fact, I feel pretty good about the price we got now. It wasn't cheap. It is our most expensive cruise
It is.
to date. We only had one other cruise that was more expensive.
It was when we went on NCL Encore and we stayed in the Haven.
Yeah.
I think that was a close second to what we paid for Icon.
Yeah. So that trip, we got it fairly cheap because of that thing that happened that nobody wants to talk about. But it was when cruising was trying to come back, and I saw a price, and I'm like, I don't think we're ever going to see a Haven suite under $10,000, for both people.
Right.
So we took advantage of that. It was about $6,000.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It was expensive. It was worth it. It was very memorable. But this is, I'm glad we booked when we did. It was, I think trying to get an accessible room and then something as unique and special as an inaugural sailing on a brand new cruise ship, we really had to book immediately. So we booked at like 3 a.m, if I recall.
Yep. It was very early. Yeah, it was about 3:30
Yeah.
in the morning. We worked with a travel agent for this one. We usually do our own bookings, but for this one we did a travel agent.
Yep. And I remember she was emailing us bright and early saying what she had reserved, and we were up making decisions like, oh goodness.
I know, we gave them a price range, and of course, like what are they going to come back with? They're going to come back with the highest one, but we're like, hey, it's an inaugural cruise.
Yeah.
It's going to be a ton of people on the ship.
Yep.
I think the suite area.
I think it will be a nice little respite for us to get away from hopefully, some of the craziness and have a place to relax at the end of the day.
Get away in the nicest terms possible. We like being around people, but
yeah, of course. But, sometimes there's like sensory overload with these kind of circumstances and
there's
events.
a lot of dun, dun.
I'm sure there will be music.
Dun,
there will be
dun,
people.
dun,
There
dun.
will be lots of party and excitement.
Lots of party excitement. All right, so let's move on this list here. Grand Suite, it's going to set you back $17,139 per person.
My
That's a lot.
goodness. Yep.
That's a lot. Followed that up by the Sunset Suite, which comes in at $17,448 per person. The Owner Suite, now we're getting into the big money.
Yeah. Yeah.
The big money, $22,476 per person.
And these are all still available, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, no, I was able to find these this morning.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this, it's mid-June right now. So these are all still available. So if you hit the lottery, got a big inheritance or something, these are all still available for you.
Got 7 months to hop on that ship in style.
How many miles do you rack up if you put this on the credit card? It's a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles.
It's a lot of miles.
I think it's worth it though.
Yeah, I think it's worth it too. Finally, let's finish up with the iconic Icon Loft suite, how much do you think that's coming in at?
I think we're talking like 30,000.
Pretty close. Pretty close. A little bit cheaper.
Oh, a deal.
Give it to you for a discount there. So that is coming in at $28,105. But that is, I think what is it? Star Class? Is that the top one? Whatever the top tier is.
I don't know.
You get the Royal Genie drink package, Wi-Fi.
Ooh,
Come on, free Wi-Fi.
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. So I guess that raises the question, right? So what, you have $56,000. Like, do you go on a cruise, Colleen, or do you do something else?
I'm leaning towards something else. I mean,
Something
I love
else.
cruising, but
What
I
else
feel
are you gonna
like
do?
$56,000, that's not just a week vacation. Like you could spend, I mean, even going like very nice, top of the line, like resort somewhere. Oh my goodness. You could probably even go, rent on a private island.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that don't make $56,000 a year.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. I think I would rent an airplane with a.
Can you rent an airplane for $56,000?
I'm sure you could.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I need to do a little research. Maybe I'm.
You're not an expert in plane rentals?
No. Basically, I think my planned trip would be as if I've won like the lottery. I've got a couple million.
Oh.
So maybe not 50,000, but I would do like a high-end resort, somewhere tropical, somewhere very accessible, somewhere that we could fly.
Just sounds like a stationary cruise ship.
Pretty much. But I could probably do it for longer than a week for 50,000.
Yeah, you could probably go for a while.
Yeah.
Probably go for like a month.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
a
think
month or
that
two.
would be ideal. How about you? Would you spend it on a inaugural cruise?
Heck no. No way am I going to spend that much money on an inaugural cruise. I mean, I guess it's all relative. I mean, if you're making like $1 million a year, it all becomes relative, right?
True.
But we ain't making $1 million a year, so definitely not going to spend that on a cruise. Probably would do some type of maybe expedition type of thing, like go to Antarctica.
Oh, yeah, Antarctica. Well, yeah, the flight alone down to Buenos Aires.
Yeah, it's expensive.
How much does that cost?
It's very expensive. I don't know, but that's what I think I would do, something like that.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more like Hawaii or, I know, again, you can sail there and fly there. It's not very exotic, but.
Yeah, but, to each their own. You're going to like the nice warm places, and I just want to go somewhere like cold.
Where there's polar bears.
Where there's polar bears.
I don't know. Well, I don't think we are ever going to get to having 56,000 extra dollars in our lifetime just to spend on a vacation. So
probably not.
But this was fun.
Yeah, we'll start a GoFundMe. So if you want us, if you want to see us in the Icon suite there, go start it. We'll start a GoFundMe. You can send us, and we'll do the Icon suite. We'll do it for all of you out there. All right. So, and that will be our question of the day. So if you are listening on Spotify, you can find it there. It's going to be, our question is what's the most you've ever paid for a vacation? If you're comfortable sharing that. If you don't want to share that, don't share that, because we do have a secondary question. And that is, if you had $56,000, would you go on a cruise or do something else? Right. So comment on YouTube and on Spotify. You'll see that under the Q&A section.
Very nice. I look forward to hearing the responses.
Yes, we will, and we will definitely read some of your responses on the next episode.
Absolutely.
All
Give
right.
us some good ideas too. Good recommendations if you are to have $56,000 to spend on a trip.
Yeah.
Maybe Bali. Oh goodness, I feel like I could weave in this topic for hours.
I'm sure people would love to hear us weave in this topic for hours. But with that, I'm going to move on to our last segment, and one of my favorite things to talk about. This is like a lot of sarcasm. TikTok. Colleen, are you a big TikToker?
I am not a TikToker.
You're not a TikToker?
I am not. No. I'd rather, put my social media efforts on some of the more, I wouldn't say like common, but like, Instagram, YouTube. Just never been into the TikTok thing.
Nope. I've never been into the TikTok thing too. In fact, I don't know if I'll ever be in the TikTok thing, and not knocking anybody that's on TikTok there. Just not our jam. So anyways, I actually found this when I was on Royal Caribbean's website doing some research for today's episode. And I'm like, oh, this is a good topic. So Royal Caribbean reveals 80% of TikTok users would book a holiday destination at random following a viral trend. What do you think about that?
I think that's scary. I have lots of questions on that statement.
Yeah, so let me read a little bit from you. And this, I guess they did this in Dublin. So a recent survey commissioned by Royal Caribbean International has revealed that people in Ireland are becoming more spontaneous. Ooh, I know. With their travel plans, including booking last-minute holidays and letting fate decide their getaway destination. In fact, 8% of those who use TikTok in Ireland said they either have or would let the platform choose their next holiday destination for them. Wow.
That's bold. Well, I think we, in episode 1, we talked about our levels of spontaneity, and we know where I fall on that, which is not very, I'm the planner, the type A. So I don't know if I would necessarily like to do that. I bet you would, though.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I'd want you to be with me. So
well, of course.
That's the planning piece.
Half of, oh yes. Well, and that's the half of joy of traveling is, having a partner, a buddy to travel with.
Yeah. So let me read you a little bit more here. So the survey findings follow a recent social media trend where a viral TikTok filter generates a random destination for the user to travel to, taking the decision out of their hands. When it comes to last-minute holidays, 51% of those feeling spontaneous agreed cruising was a good option. So see, this is where the Royal Caribbean angle is coming in.
Okay.
23% said they wanted to visit multiple destinations. Again, making Royal Caribbean the obvious choice there.
Of course.
So they kind of broke this out. So when it comes to the type of spontaneous trips travelers are booking, the research revealed that half of Ireland residents are looking to travel with their partner. That's 50%, so that's good.
Yep.
I guess the other 50% are...
They're like, nope, I think I need a vacation from you. I'm going to go on my own.
Yeah. Yeah, my vacation from you is like if I go up to the grocery store.
We are a little hitched at the hip, I guess you could say.
We are. 31% opted for short haul trips and 41% travel with children. And this is beyond a Gen Z trend. The research showed that 30% of 25 to 34-year-olds and 21% of 35 to 44s said they would let the filter decide their random. Of course, which leads me to the question, if you're over the age of 35, what are you doing on TikTok? Just saying, not judging. I'm just asking questions here. Leave your comments down below. More than 1 in 10 people, 16%, said it would take them less than 1 week to plan their next holiday.
Wow. I'm slightly envious. I don't think we talked about a land trip, and I think we've thrown out 5-6 different ideas, and then I revisit them every so often.
I know we have some time coming off for around 4th of July, and I think we've only been able to decide that we want to sit by our pool. Yeah. That's about as far as we've gotten.
Spend some time with Tessie, hang out at the house. I think that sounds like a nice vacation. But well, good for them, and I'm guessing they readily available have their travel cash set aside, and wherever the TikTok,
or they're just going into. Remember that we watched the episode of, I think it was 60 Minutes Australia, just talking about young Gen Zer is just going super deep into debt.
Right. Just to keep up with the trends.
I know, to live that Instagram
lifestyle. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely don't, save up for your trips.
Absolutely.
If you can.
Yeah, at least like a portion of it. So you get back and you're not hit with like a crazy big credit card bill.
Yeah, there's people that you can buy trips now, and people go on the trips and then they're still paying off the trip.
Really? Does not have to be paid in full at time of arrival?
The creditor is paying it in full.
Oh.
Right. So
then you owe the creditor.
Then you owe the creditor.
Ooh, that sounds scary.
Yeah. So spontaneous trips I don't think are really our thing.
No, I mean, we have done a occasional. I think Asheville. I feel like Asheville, North Carolina.
No,
that was we had the trip planned.
Yeah.
We had a hurricane here.
Exactly. So it wasn't spontaneous. We went the next year.
Okay, I guess I have to define spontaneous. So it's less than a year.
That's our spontaneous.
Is it like less than a month? I don't think I think we did do a Vegas trip and plan that in less than a month.
You're right. Yeah, that was the one we did after the first hurricane we went through.
Correct.
Right, which was Irma.
Correct.
Yeah, and that was so stressful.
Yes. We went for Thanksgiving and I think our families were like, just go, have fun, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, I need to get away from the water. I need to get away from the peninsula with the hurricanes.
I just need to be in a dry desert away from any hurricane opportunities.
Yep. There's no hurricanes in Vegas. That's for sure. But yeah, that's as spontaneous as I think we've ever gotten. Yep. So, well, that's it. That's all I got for today. Anything else you have there, Colleen?
No, this has been fun.
It has been fun. I'm really enjoying this.
I am too. And I hope that Tessie can make a grand appearance one day.
One of these days. So again, that's going to wrap it up for today. As always, if you are watching this on YouTube, what do they have to do if they're watching this on YouTube, Colleen?
They need to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Anything else? Notification bell.
Hit that smash button.
Hit the smash button, share it. Yeah. Same thing if you are on any of the other platforms listening to us, please feel free to leave a review, give us 5 stars or whatever that platform has to offer, share it with your friends. And again, if you're on Spotify, feel free to enter our question of the day. We'd love to hear from you there or down below on YouTube. So until next time, thanks again for watching, everyone. And remember to navigate your world.